She thought she was the smartest person in the room, micromanaging, humiliating, and isolating me like it was her full-time job. So I got a little creative. Let's just say the conference table she ruled over, it became my personal throne of revenge. If you've ever had a boss who made every workday feel like punishment, buckle in. This isn't just revenge. It's poetic justice on a polished boardroom table. Like, comment, and subscribe because this story, oh, it's satisfying. Corporate hell doesn't always arrive with flames and screaming. Sometimes it walks in wearing heels, holding a clipboard, and smiling like it owns your soul. I've been working at this company for years. I knew the job inside and out. I had a rhythm, a flow. I didn't just survive there, I excelled. My previous boss was fair, professional, and trusted me to do what I was hired to do. Then she arrived. The new director. Let's call her Carla. Carla was the kind of person who weaponized confidence. She didn't just think she was the smartest in the room, she told people. Loudly. Constantly. She loved quoting management books she clearly didn't understand and throwing around phrases like synergy and optimization like glitter bombs no one asked for. But the worst part? She micromanaged like it was a personal kink. Tasks that used to take me 10 minutes were now 40-minute scavenger hunts because she'd insert herself into every step. She'd demand revisions on things that were already done. She'd forget to CC me on important emails, then act confused when I wasn't in the loop. And her favorite game? Wandering into my office to quiz me on things she already knew the answers to, just to watch me squirm. It was like being managed by a petty middle school principal. Only she had power and a grudge. But things escalated when she started singling me out in ways that really mattered. She refused to let me work overtime, even when everyone else could. She blocked me from receiving annual bonuses that I used to get without question. When I asked why, she'd give some smug, vague answer like, "You're not quite aligned with our new leadership metrics." Translation: I don't like you. Suffer quietly. So yeah, Carla made my life miserable. But then one day I noticed something. She had a crush. A crush on our delivery guy. Let me tell you, Carla was as subtle as a car alarm in a church. She'd fix her hair when she heard the delivery truck pull up. She'd suddenly appear in the lobby, just passing by. And more than once, I caught her dropping loud compliments about how professional and strong he looked. Now here's the twist. That delivery guy, he and I had already been flirting for months. We had a cute thing going, smiles, teasing, playful banter. And he was not into Carla at all. He told me once, "She's intense. Give Stepford wife mixed with Shark Tank energy." I laughed for a solid 5 minutes. And that's when the seed of revenge planted itself in my mind. If she wanted to obsess over someone, let her obsess over someone who was secretly obsessed with me. So we turned it up. The flirting got bolder. Longer chats. Friendly touches. It wasn't long before Carla noticed. She'd linger in the doorway when we talked. Her eyes narrow. Lips tight. You could practically hear the internal screaming. But I wasn't done. Not by a long shot. See, I had keys to the office. After-hours access. And one Friday evening when the whole place was empty, I invited him in. Let's just say we didn't waste time talking about shipping logistics. We used the conference table. Yes, that table. The one where Carla sat like a queen, running meetings, droning on about KPIs while shoveling pastries into her mouth. From that night on, it became our spot. We met there regularly. Quiet, clean, controlled. Every encounter was a delicious rebellion. Not just because of the thrill, but because of where it happened. I'd walk into work Monday morning, look across that shiny conference table and grin. And there Carla would be, sitting tall in her leather chair, sipping coffee, barking orders, with absolutely no clue that her throne had become my playground. Sometimes she'd bring in snacks from vendors and eat right where I'd been the night before. And I'd watch her with this giddy, evil little smile. She thought she was in control. Thought she was above me. And I knew. She wasn't even above the table. The beauty of this revenge wasn't explosive. It was quiet, private, intimate in a way she would never understand. She made my life unbearable, stripping me of professional dignity, bonuses, and peace. So I took something she never even saw, the illusion of superiority. Every time she barked my name, I imagined her sitting in the exact spot where I had taken back control, where I had smiled, laughed, lived. She thought she could bully me into submission. What she never realized, I already had the upper hand, and she was sitting on it. Some people crave power so badly, they forget it's not about who controls the room, it's about who controls the story. And sometimes the best revenge is the one that leaves no evidence, just sweet, silent satisfaction. If this revenge gave you that evil little smirk, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. What's the pettiest thing you've ever done to a toxic boss? Don't forget to subscribe for more savage stories of karma, chaos, and the kind of justice HR would never approve. Because the best kind of revenge leaves them sitting in it.
She cheated on me with a married coworker. No epali, no git, just cold eyes across the same office we both still work in. So I didn't yell, I didn't threaten, I didn't beg. I became the ghost of consequences she never expected. And I made sure every day at work reminded her who she lost. If you've ever been betrayed and still had to face the person who hurt you every single day, this revenge is for you. Click like, subscribe, and get ready for a story where silence hits harder than shouting, and karma wears a suit and tie. Betrayal doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes with a gentle kiss goodbye and a smile full of lies. My name's Ray, I'm 31. She was Alina, 28. We'd been together for 2 years. The kind of love you daydream about during office hours. We worked at the same company, not in the same team, but close enough to bump into each other at the coffee machine. People knew we were a couple. Some even called us the office sweethearts. Then came November 2023. A name started popping up in her conversations. Rishan, a married man from another department. At first, I didn't think much of it. She said they were collaborating on a new project. Long hours, strategy calls, late meetings. I supported her like a fool, even encouraged her, until I saw the messages. Not work-related, not friendly, emotional, flirty, intimate. The kind of messages you send when you want someone. The kind of messages she used to send me. I confronted her. She didn't even deny it. Just blinked, shrugged, said, "Things happen, Ray. Maybe it wasn't meant to last." No epali, no remorse. The part that hit the hardest? Not that she cheated, but that she did it for someone who already had a wife. And that he, unlike me, was never serious. He left her within weeks, transferred to another city, back to his perfect little life. And now, she's still here. Same office, same department, walking around like she owns the floor, like nothing happened. She never apologized. Not once. So yeah, I wanted revenge. Not the reckless kind, the Thomas Shelby kind. Strategic, silent, and soul-shattering. Let me walk you through how I turned the office into her personal purgatory, without lifting a finger or risking my job. Step 1, reputation. Not gossip, not slander. I played the long game. Whenever colleagues joked about workplace flings or married men slipping, I'd chuckle. Quietly, subtly. I never said her name, but I never had to. People talk. People connect dots. And I made sure they had enough breadcrumbs to find the whole rotten loaf. Suddenly, her suggestions in meetings weren't taken seriously. People stopped inviting her to after-hours drinks. One by one, the smiles faded. She was still employed, but slowly becoming invisible. Step 2, emotional silence. I made her irrelevant. No greetings, no eye contact, no acknowledgement. When she walked into a room, I walked out. If she spoke to me professionally, I'd respond with deadpan answers. Polite, empty, cold. Sure, noted, speak with the manager. Not once did I give her the satisfaction of emotion. No anger, no pain, just a wall. And that drove her insane. You could see it, the twitch in her smile, the flicker in her eyes when she caught me laughing with someone else. When I shared inside jokes with her coworkers, people who used to be hers too. Step 3, progress. I started dressing better, speaking louder in meetings. I became the guy others wanted to be around. I volunteered for presentations, helped new hires, became a visible, undeniable part of the company's core culture. And every step I took forward, she stayed frozen. Our manager started noticing too. Eventually, I got a performance-based bonus she used to receive. Karma? Nah, just results. Step 4. The kill shot. Public praise. In a team-wide email, our director praised my contribution to a major project. Ray has set the gold standard this quarter. Others should take notes. That others wasn't accidental. She was one of them. And that day, she didn't leave her desk once. She cheated because she thought I was weak. Because she thought she could do better. What she didn't expect was that I wouldn't break. While she sat at her desk, isolated and ignored, I was shaking hands with higher-ups, building my future, brick by strategic brick. The final moment came quietly. She passed by me in the hallway. Our eyes locked for a second, and for the first time, she looked ashamed. There was nothing I needed to say, because the loudest revenge is the silence you leave behind, the kind that follows someone from room to room, reminding them what they destroyed and what they can never get back. People say karma will handle it, but sometimes karma needs a little help from a man in a tailored suit with a memory like steel. I didn't ruin her career. She did that by herself. I just became the mirror she couldn't look away from. White heavy check mark, H, outro call to action, 15 to 25 seconds. If you've ever wanted to serve revenge without lifting a finger, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What would you have done if your ex worked beside you every single day after cheating? This is Cursed Karma, and we don't scream for justice. We whisper it into their nightmares. She thought no one would stand up to her. She called me a disgusting slur twice and still walked into work like nothing happened. So I waited. I played the long game. And now, let's just say, she's about to meet the consequences she never saw coming. If you've ever been underestimated, bullied, or disrespected, this one's for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around. Because this revenge, it's not loud, it's legendary. My name's Alex, and let's just say I've been through some stuff. I live life with autism, ADHD, and anxiety. The perfect combo, as I like to call it with a nervous laugh. But despite the chaos going on inside, I show up. Every day, I do my job, I work hard, and I keep my head down. I work at a small pizza place. We're not flashy, we're not famous, but what we are is real. We make everything in-house. No shortcuts, no artificial garbage. If you know, you know. It was a calm place, a safe place, until Bandy showed up. Not her real name, obviously. Let's just say she's a 43-year-old woman who walked into our store with a smile and a cross necklace, and slowly turned my workplace into a mental battlefield. At first, she was fine, polite, friendly. She joked with customers, cleaned her station, and acted like she cared. But then I started noticing something. We're a delivery-heavy joint, and Bandy, despite being new, was always getting the biggest, best-paying orders. I saw her hovering over the order screen, looking at the tips, picking and choosing, which, for the record, is a huge no-no. Deliveries are first come, first serve. You don't cherry-pick the ones that pad your pocket. It's dishonest and unfair to everyone else, especially to drivers like me, who rely on every dollar. I didn't report her right away. I waited. I observed. Eventually, I brought it up to my manager. Quietly, respectfully. Nothing happened. Even after repeating the concerns multiple times, she just kept gaming the system. Then we had a Team M meeting, and instead of addressing any actual issues, Bandy hijacked it, started rambling about her church, her pastor, her spiritual visions, everything except the job. It was clear she wasn't there to work. She was there to control, and she was getting away with it. But then came the breaking point. January. I saw her at the dish station and offered to help. She looked at me, smiled slightly, and then said the R slur. Loud, unapologetic, directed at me. I froze. My whole body went cold. I walked away before I said something I couldn't take back. But inside, I was boiling. This wasn't just unprofessional. It was dehumanizing. She knew I was neurodivergent. Everyone did. And she weaponized that right in my face. I thought maybe that would be it. Maybe she'd realize she crossed a line. Maybe someone would say something. Nope. She came back the next day like nothing happened. No consequences. No warning. No remorse. But that's when something inside me snapped. Not in anger, but in strategy. I wasn't going to yell. I wasn't going to curse her out. I wasn't even going to argue. I was going to wait. I was going to become her mirror. Cold, smart, and unforgiving. See, over the next few weeks, she kept slipping. Late clock-ins. Laziness. On June 22nd, she clocked in 32 minutes late. On June 24th, almost an hour late. And what did she get? A word-of-mouth warning. If that. Now me? If I showed up even 5 minutes late, I'd get flagged. Because I wasn't part of the inner circle. I wasn't her, or her little followers. So I started collecting. Screenshots, schedule records, clock-in data, and most importantly, I kept my phone ready. Call me that slur again, I was going to capture it. Proof, time-stamped and undeniable. I wasn't just waiting for justice. I was building the perfect trap. Because if she ever dared to, one that would go straight to HR, one they couldn't ignore. And when that moment came, when she opened her mouth and let that poison fly again, it would be the last time she ever underestimated someone like me. The smartest revenge isn't always immediate. Sometimes it's slow, calculated, lethal in silence. Bandy thinks she's untouchable, that she can clock in late, cheat the system, insult people like me, and hide behind her fake holier-than-thou smile. But what she doesn't know, I'm done being silent. The email's already being drafted, the audio being cleaned, the dates documented, the evidence rock solid. When that HR bomb drops, there'll be no sermon to save her, no speech, no prayer, just accountability. I didn't want this. I just wanted respect. But some people only understand one language: consequences. And if she thinks I'm less than, she's about to find out what someone like me is really capable of. White heavy check mark, H, outro call to action, 15 to 25 seconds. If you've ever had to deal with workplace bullies, gaslighters, or just plain evil co-workers, hit that like button and drop a comment below. What's the pettiest or smartest way you've ever gotten revenge? Subscribe for more real stories of karma, strategy, and justice that speaks louder than hate ever could. This is Cursed Karma, and we don't break, we plan. She cheated on me and ran back to her ex. I forgave her. I cared for her. I made her feel safe again. And right when she said, "I love you," I did exactly what she did to me. And now they call me the villain. If you've ever given your heart to someone just to get betrayed, you already know how this story ends. But the way it ends, that part, is revenge at its coldest. Hit like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Let me take you back to school. Back to when everything felt bigger, deeper, more permanent than it actually was. Back to a time when feelings felt like your whole world. There was this girl. Let's call her Leah. She was sweet, real, the kind of girl who smiled at your jokes before you even finished them. But she wasn't with me. She was with Jake, my best friend. Jake had that kind of charm that fooled people. Everyone thought he was cool, confident, fun, but I saw the real Jake. The side of him that flirted with every girl behind Leah's back. The side of him that cheated on her more than once. The side of him that manipulated her, twisted her emotions, and made her feel small. And yet it hurt, because I cared about Leah. A lot. I had real feelings for her, but I never acted on them. Not while she was with my friend. Not even when I watched him treat her like garbage. Eventually, I forced myself to move on. Met someone new. Started something real. And then, like it was scripted by karma itself, Leah came to me. She told me how Jake hurt her. How she always felt something for me. How she wanted me. And I fell for it. Like a fool. I left my girl. She left Jake. And suddenly, everything I had dreamed about finally felt real. We were talking, laughing, spending time. It wasn't just flirting anymore. It was hope. For once, it felt like maybe the good guy actually got the girl. But then she did the one thing that shattered it all. She went and slept with Jake again. No warning. No explanation. Just a cold, broken truth dropped on me like a bomb. "I'm sorry," she said. "It just happened, right?" So there I was, humiliated, heartbroken, empty, but I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I forgave her. Out loud, I forgave her. Inside, I was building something. She went back to Jake. Again. And just like clockwork, Jake did what Jake does. He cheated. Again. So she came crawling back to me. Again. Crying. Broken. Saying I was the only one who ever really treated her right. And what did I do? I took her back. I cared for her. I was the patient one. The kind one. The safe one. I made her believe. Made her feel loved. Listened to her. Held her when she cried. Remembered her favorite songs. Texted her good morning every morning. And slowly, she fell in love. Told me, straight to my face, I love you. That was my moment. That was what I waited for. Because in that moment, I saw it. She felt safe. She felt loved. She finally understood what she'd thrown away the first time. So I called up my ex. The one I left for Leah. The one I never should have hurt. We met up. We talked. And then, yeah, I did exactly what Leah did to me. I slept with her. And when Leah found out, the pain in her face, the confusion, the realization that I had done the very thing she once dismissed so casually, that was the moment. That was the payback. Her friends call me the villain. They say I played with her emotions. They say I'm cruel. But no one said anything when she broke me. When I cried at night, wondering what I did wrong. When I still forgave her, still cared for her, still tried to believe in her. She cheated first. She betrayed first. She walked away first. So yeah, maybe I'm a villain in her story now. But I was always the hero in mine. Here's the truth. If someone can look you in the eyes, swear they love you, and still betray you, they were never yours. And sometimes, the only way to move on is to let them feel the fire they lit in you. If you've ever been betrayed and want to take your power back, hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell me, was I right for what I did, or did I go too far? And don't forget to subscribe, because here on Cursed Karma, we don't beg for closure, we deliver it.